This video will cover a LeadsPedia direct post buyer setup. Here we have some example LeadsPedia API specs. You'll start by copying and pasting the posting URL from your API specs into the buyer setup and choosing the correct request method and payload type. As you can see here, both post or get are supported, but it is strongly recommended that you use post. Next are fields. We see from the API specs that there are two required values that need to be hard-coded, LP campaign ID and LP campaign key. The required values for these fields are not shown in the API specs, as they are provided to you by the client. These are followed by optional sub-ID fields in the LP test field, which you set to 1 for a test post. You will remove this once you're done testing. In the LP response field, you can request a JSON response by passing JSON as the value. The default response is an XML format. Continue with your field mapping, paying attention to which fields are required. Your payload builder will look something like this once the fields are mapped. It is important to note the data type of the fields. For list fields, please check the allowed values of the fields that are listed in the table below. If a value is passed that is not listed in the corresponding field table values, the lead will fail. Below the field section, under TCPA compliance, we see the fields Jornaya Lead ID and Trusted Form Cert ID. At least one of these fields will be required. Don't forget to include them when building the payload. The header content type is automatically filled out here when you select the payload type above. For our response mapping, select key equal with, enter /response/result as the key, and the value will be success. For a duplicate, select response contains and then put duplicate as the value, so that anything in the body of the response with the word duplicate will be marked as a dupe. That's it for a LeadsPedia direct post buyer setup. If you have any questions, please use the support button or send us an email at support@leadprosper.io.